cause one event after another. Sometimes there are many causes to one event. Yesterday, Mia was late to school because she overslept. Then, she couldn't find her backpack, so she missed the bus. The effect was that Mia was late to school, but a few things caused Mia to be late to school.
So you can have more than
everyone
one
has
cause
bad days
with an effect.
How do you find causes and effects as you read? When you read, think about what happens and try to connect events and facts together. Look for special words that give clues about causes and effects.
Those are those signal words that you have on your sheet.
So that, since, because, due to, and as a result all give clues about causes and effects. Sometimes the author describes the effects before the causes, so it's a good idea to take notes as you read. Cool! This book is about hippopotamuses.
So
Hippos live in areas of Africa that can get really hot. As a result, they spend a lot of time cooling off in rivers and lakes. Hippos can see and breathe while they're mostly underwater because their eyes, ears, and nose are high on their heads. Due to their large size, hippos can walk along the bottom of some rivers.
Yeah.
To protect themselves from sunburn, hippos give off a red, oily sunscreen that covers their skin. That's why their skin looks pink sometimes. You can ask yourself questions to figure out causes and effects. What is one effect of the hippo's large size? They can walk on the bottom of rivers and lakes.
So what can happen? They can walk on the bottom.
What causes hippos to look pink?
Why are they pink?
They give off a red, oily sunscreen that covers their skin. There are many causes of my bad day, and the effect is that I'm in a bad mood. I just want this day to be over. Let's go home, Moby.
I don't think her day is getting any better.
No. She like, she said, why are you bullying me? Yes.
So she showed you some great examples of the cause. Everybody say it with me. The cause is the why. The effect is the what. Cause is why something happened. The effect is what actually happened. So let's make sure we are on our chart from yesterday. And we're going to continue reading about the Hoover Dam. So does anyone remember what, Aiden, make sure your chart is open. Aiden P. Does anyone remember what type of nonfiction this is? Let's all say it together. My friends at home, say it on mute, please. Literary nonfiction. That was your exit ticket yesterday, and I was kind of surprised by how many of us struggled with that. So literary nonfiction, because it's a mix of both fiction and nonfiction. It takes you on a journey while also giving you true facts. So we're going to continue to read today. Thumb up if you've got your chart ready to go. You can put your whiteboard to the side, and we are going to continue. We've got some good news. So after the crash, good news. And as I'm reading, as I'm reading this page, we got our cause the other day about that says, due to the U.S., the problems in the U.S., our world is about to change, right? Now I want you to think as I'm reading, what is the effect? What is going to happen? What are we going to do? Because remember, we are now workers in the 1920s, right? What are we going to have to do because of what has happened, the problems in the world? So I want you to be thinking about the effect as I read this page, okay? Good news. While you are traveling from town to town looking for work, you hear about an exciting new construction project. The world's biggest dam is going to be built across the Colorado River. Arthur Powell Davis of the U.S. Reclamation Service thought of it. He suggested building the dam to supply surrounding states with water and to stop the Colorado River from flooding. So the Colorado River was causing a lot of flooding, and you know what flooding can do to people's homes and yards, right? Can cause a lot of damage. So he said, all right, we need to build a dam. It's such a huge project that 6 of the biggest construction companies in the United States, joined forces to build it. You set off for Nevada in the hope of finding work on the dam. All right, so everybody pack your bags. Where are we going? Nevada. We're going from Texas to Nevada. Nevada is where Las Vegas is. Okay? I'll show you on a map how far you're traveling in a little bit. All right. So we now have our effect. What has happened to us because of all the problems in the world, in the US? What are we having to do? What's happening to us? What are we doing? Say it again, Lily. We are having to travel to Nevada to find ice cream, to find work, a job. So let's jot that. Let's put that down on our chart. All right. This is page 8. My friends at home, you are also doing this, continuing on your chart. So we're on page 8. This is now cause effect, but now we're showing the effect. We already have our cause, so now we're showing just the effect. So that's why I put it in parentheses. And our evidence is, and I'm going to write, I might actually even move this over. Oh, no, I can't. I'm going to put effect on the other section where my evidence is. So the effect to our cause is what's happening to us. We are traveling to Nevada to find work. All right, good. My friends at home, I should see you jotting that, getting all of that down on your chart. I see Alana and Thais. Samuel's writing it down. So is Henry and Braden. I think all of our friends are. Good. Ava, turn your camera on. Amaya, make sure you're participating. I don't think your camera's working, which I understand, but make sure you're participating. Yes, Ava, you need to have your camera on right now. Yeah, we say that a little too often. All right, while you are continuing to jot this down, I'm just going to read the little side notes. And my friends in here, I know it's hard to see, so if you ever want to borrow this book and take a look through it, you are more than welcome to. I have 2 copies.
Hold on 1 second, Miss Brisson.
Okay.
Ava, you need to move. You are distracted and you are not doing your work like you're supposed to, and you're turning your camera off. You need to find a new place.
And Ava, I've got 2 copies of this book if you want to redo the lesson on Monday at recess when you come. I am fine with that. So make a smart choice. All right, back at it. Either too much or too little. Floods. Every spring, snow melting high up in the Rocky Mountains drains into the Colorado River. The swollen river overflows its banks and floods farmland and farther downstream. So that's what ends up happening. The snow melts off the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. It comes down, rushes down almost like a river, flows into the Colorado River, which then is overflowed and then goes into the farmland. Lots of causes and effects there, right? Drought. Meanwhile, land farther away, like so a little further away, is as dry as a desert. Farms here badly need a reliable water supply. So if you move even farther, then you're in a drought where they have no water. Can crops grow when there's a drought? Can crops grow when there's a flood? So either way, there's difficulty, right? President Herbert Hoover. Thumb up or thumb down. How did people feel about Herbert Hoover? Show me at home too. We learned about that in the video. Good. I see all the thumbs down. They did not like President Hoover. A lot of people think that he was the cause of the stock market crash of 1929. President Herbert Hoover has been the driving force behind the project since he was the U.S. Secretary of Commerce. It has taken years to get approval for the dam from Congress and from all the states affected by the plan. Handy hint, take plenty of water with you when you're traveling across the desert. So that's your little hint. You're over here and we are ready to go. There's actually another text structure on this page, and it has to do with all of the flooding and the drought. So I'm going to see if you can try to figure out what text structure that is. So we're going to draw a line. Oops. That was not a good line. This is still page 8. I'm going to scroll down the page. And I'm going to give you the clues. And I want you to try to think of what the text structure is. So we learned that the Colorado River is either causing flooding or drought, right? So 1. All right, so write down your 1.
What is this in?
So the Colorado River is flooding. So then what do they decide to do about it? They're going to what?
Move to Nevada.
No, this is in Nevada.
Oh.
One of my friends at home. The Colorado River is flooding. So what does Herbert Hoover decide to do, Addison? He's gonna what?
It's to make the dam.
You're right. He's gonna build Hoover Dam. So that's our 2. So we have something wrong, like the flooding. And then we have something right, like the dam. What text structure do you think that is? I'm trying to give you a hint without telling you. Something wrong, and then they're trying to make it right or work it out. Write it down. Tell me what text structure you think this is. You need to look back in your notes. What text structure would this be? It's not cause and effect. It's not cause and effect. Yeah, write that on your, yeah. I will tell you that. That's not the one I'm looking for. Something's going wrong, and then they're trying to make it right. All right, what do you all think? My friends at home, say it as well. Problem solution. Yes, very good. The problem was the Colorado River was flooding and overflowing and causing farmland to flood, or also farther away causing a drought. The solution is that they're trying to solve this problem by saying, all right, let's build a dam. And that's what they're going to do. If you did not put problem solution, you need to erase it and put that right now. Okay. All right. Keep on. And if you need to go to the next page for your chart, that's fine because we will be continuing this book for a while. All right. Next up. Ragtown. So now we're going to learn about this town of Nevada you are now living in. You hitch rides on trucks and trains to get to Nevada because you're not taking a plane. You're kind of like hitchhiking. You're getting rides from random people. At a small desert town called Las Vegas, men like you are arriving from all over the country. So are you the only one that's traveling far away to get a new job? Nope. You've got men coming from everywhere. Many have brought their families with them. Some of them stay in Las Vegas, but others live in tents near the Colorado River. So you might have brought your family with you as well, and you're sleeping in a tent with your family near the river. Sounds fun, right? No. The ramshackle tent city becomes known as Ragtown. Ramshackle is like, it's not very nice. It's not anything special. You visit the place where the dam will be built and find a deep canyon with a river at the bottom. It's hard to believe that a giant wall of concrete will be built across it. You can see what it looks like right now. It's almost like the bottom of a valley, and it's just a river right now. My friends at home, you can see what the bottom of the river looks like right down here where all the people are. Someone said, that's nothing. There's nothing here at all. All right, so now I'm going to read on the other page all about the people that are going to be in Ragtown. Kendrick, head up. Surveyors map every inch of the canyon. They make drawings, and they show the precise or exact shape of the canyon walls where the dam will be built. So that's a surveyor. They survey the land, or they observe and write and kind of map it out. Storekeepers set up businesses in Ragtown to serve the people's needs. The bakery is one of the busiest stores because everyone needs bread. There is no water supply in Ragtown. To get water, this is how you would have to get water. To get water, people dig holes in the riverbank. Yep, Kendrick. The holes fill the muddy water, which is collected in a bucket or a saucepan. So it's not going to be very clean water. People build homes in Ragtown from whatever materials they can get their hands on. Many of them pitched tents, but others built shacks out of wood, rocks, metal, sheeting, canvas, and even cardboard. When you need to go to the bathroom, you have to use an open ditch called a latrine. The stench, do you guys know what the word stench means? Smell. The stench is nauseating. So you use a latrine, which is almost like a porta potty, which is a hole. It's like an old-fashioned porta potty. So, and that's everyone using that. So I want you to just do a quick stop and jot. You can do it on your whiteboard, my friends that have their whiteboards. What is a thought that you have after reading this page? You know that you're now in Ragtown. What is a thought that you have about this current situation that you are in? How do you feel about Ragtown? I need you to jot that on your whiteboard. But remember, the alternative is you being jobless in Texas. So you've got 30 seconds. My friends at home, I should see you jotting this down as well, either on your whiteboard or a piece of paper. What are your thoughts about Ragtown? Your feelings and your thoughts. What do you think about it? This is where you're going to be living for the next 5 years.
I don't like it.
Hold up your whiteboard when you're ready. My friends at home, hold up your sheet when you're ready. You have about 15 seconds if you're not done.
I don't want
Don't
to
like it.
I don't
Disgusting.
Like, I forgot to put I don't.
I like what Layla said. It's not the best town, but it's all that I have. Keeping it positive. Good. Henry, what did you write? What are your thoughts on Ragtown, the place you're living now?
I think it might be worth it.
Ah, Aiden, what did Henry say? Yeah, we couldn't hear because we weren't listening. He thinks it might be worth it. So he thinks maybe it's going to be rocky at first, but things are going to get better and it's going to be worth it. I like the positivity, Henry. Someone in Miss Caldwell's class, what are your thoughts or feelings about your new home?
Say yours again. I don't like this at all, but it's better than nothing.
There you go. A lot of us said that in here too. I don't like this at all, but it's better than nothing. Good. Click your pens, put it down. Here's your handy hint in the top right corner. Before you drink the water, boil it to kill the germs. Otherwise, you will catch a nasty disease called dysentery. And dysentery is almost like you get this, it's a bacterial infection and you can die from it. And it is not fun. I mean, I've never had it, but I've heard that it is not fun. All right, next page. You get really sick. Yeah. All right. An army of workers. Every morning you join crowds of men at the employment office hoping to be hired to work on the dam. So at the moment, you still don't even officially have the job. Okay? You've shown up and you're hoping. Up to 5,000 men at a time are employed on the dam. During the 5-year construction project, a total of 21,000 men are hired. They come from nearly every state, and there are some from overseas too. So some even came from like Europe and other countries. The largest number are from California and Nevada because they're near each other. And there are about 5,000 from each state. There are about 600 Texans like you. So 600 people from Texas like you. There are truck drivers, carpenters, miners, electricians, mechanics, blacksmiths, welders, crane operators, power shovel operators, and many others. So a lot of people that can do that outside work, right? You're not, if you are if you worked as a writer and you worked for a newspaper, do you think that that's going to help, that skill is going to help you with this kind of job? No, you could probably learn, but a lot of these people had good skills to help build the Hoover Dam. Many of the jobs done by your fellow workers are known by nicknames. Some are more polite than others. You want to hear some of the nicknames? If you are a truck driver, you are called a double ugly. Double uglies.
Oh, I didn't know.
If you're an electrician, you're a juicer because you're giving it juice, you're giving it power.
Yeah.
The bosses are the easy doughs. The laborers who scrape off mud of the ground are the muckers. Carpenters are wood butchers. Workers high up on the canyon walls are called high scalers. So those are some nicknames. And guess what? It's your lucky day. You've been hired as a general laborer.
Yeah.
A general laborer means you just kind of do any work that they need. So give yourself a good cheer or a pat on the back. You have a job. Yay. You've been hired. All right. So let me tell you how you're going to get to your job site. Chug, chug. Workers travel to and from the construction site on these double-decker buses. One bus is a mammoth. Do you know what a mammoth means?
The big elephant.
Massive. Mammoth means massive or huge. A 150-seat double-decker called Big Bertha. That's what the bus is called, the Big Bertha. That's you and 150 people. So think about your school bus right now. How many people are on a school bus right now?
2 million.
A school bus that you come to every day for school?
No.
There's probably like 10 or 15 tops, right? This is 150 people. Right. And that is, I want to point that out because that gives great detail. You are on a double-decker bus. It's a mammoth of a bus, so hold out your hands like this. It is huge, a huge mammoth bus called Big Bertha. They've given us lots of details about the bus that you're driving to and from the site. That is one of our text structures I'm going to point out. No, the bus is just a normal size bus, but I think because it has a second row. Yeah, so it's not like crazy, and lots of little seats. So put page 12. I'm gonna have you try to guess the text structure again. So it says it is a mammoth, which is huge. 150 seat bus. It's called Big Bertha.
Miss Preston, I can't see what you wrote.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm pulling it up. It's low right now. So this is giving you lots of details about a thing, right? It's describing the bus. Please tell me what text structure this is. Put it in the center. Look back at your chart if you need to. It is describing the bus, giving me adjectives like mammoth, huge, about the bus. Good, Liliana. Let me know once you've written it down, my friends in here. My friends at home, you have about 15 seconds. Good, Lily, to write it down. Good, Alexis. Good, Natalie.
What does the last word say?
Good, write down your text structure. Good.
Big Bertha.
Big Bertha.
Oh, thank you.
Big Bertha. That's what I call him.
All right, I'm going to call on one of my friends in the classroom or in the at home because I have checked all my friends in the classroom. Jordan, what text structure do you think this is? It's describing the double-decker bus. What do you think, Jordan?
Description.
Yes. Thumb up if you agree with Jordan. Description. Very good. It's describing the bus. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, a black mutt. A black mutt born on the site becomes the dam's mascot. So we've got a black mutt, which is just like a dog that you don't know what kind of dog it is. He goes from worker to worker for a pat on the head. He eats his meals with the workers, and then he even climbs the ladders.
That's tough.
It is. A new police force, the Hoover Dam Police Department, is set up to keep order in the new town of the workers. There, you've got a little police department there as well. Handy hint, don't let your tools out of sight or someone may steal them. So I'm wondering if there was some theft or like some small issues, and that's why they decided to add the little police department. All right, last page for today. Diverting the river. Do you guys know what diverting means? Say that with me. Diverting. It almost means like you're moving it. You're moving the river or the flow of the river. You're diverting it or moving it to a different direction. Before the dam can be built, the Colorado River has to be diverted or moved the other way. This is done by sending the river through 4 tunnels in the canyon wall. So a canyon, think about, that's all rock. That's like a mountain. They had to build a tunnel, 4 tunnels inside the canyon, which is also, that's work that's not even part of the dam. So here's how they did it. The tunnels are carved out by explosives. Holes are drilled in the rock, then packed with explosives, like dynamite. The explosions shatter the rock. So they're basically blowing up part of the canyon to make a tunnel. Pretty cool. Yeah, it is dangerous. You're right. Every 14 feet of tunnel takes a ton of dynamite. The finished tunnels are as big as a 4-lane highway. So one tunnel is a 4-lane highway. Like if you go on a busy, like in Raleigh, they have big 4-lane highways. We don't really have them here in Wilmington. Finally, the river is blocked by dumping rock and soil in the canyon. This forces the water into the tunnels. You can see, it says boom. I don't know. Please make sure you guys stay on until the end of the lesson. So, as we said, it's very dangerous. Many workers die after being hit by rocks and other objects falling from the canyon walls. So, you are at risk of dying. Yeah. Building materials are brought up the river by boat until roads and railroad tracks can be built. A memorial, so there's a little memorial for the 96 workers that accidentally died while building the dam. So almost 100 people died while building. Another 20 died from causes like heat stroke, heart attack, or pneumonia. So about 96 died from like accidents, like falling rocks, and then 20 died from getting sick. Working conditions. Working conditions in the canyon, what do you think? Do you think they're good or bad?
Bad.
Terrible. The temperature can reach a blistering 140 degrees because you're in the desert in the summer, and it can fall below freezing in the winter. And remember, some people are sleeping in tents, so you don't have AC, you don't have heat. The drilling is done by workers on a huge platform called drilling jumbos. Okay. So, my exit ticket question for you is, describe, and I want you to write this on your sticky note. And my friends at home, you're going to write it in the chat. I want you to describe or tell me why it was so dangerous working on the dam. So here is my exit ticket in blue. And when I say describe, I mean tell. You're giving me a little bit of details. Describe why it was so dangerous
Are we writing or just answering it?
You are answering it in the chat. My friends in here, you are answering on a sticky note. Okay, so you're describing. Describe means you're telling me in a little bit of detail. Do you have a pack of stickies? No, I have a pack for you. You want to give her? I've got plenty.
I got more. I got like 2 extra sticks.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means.
And think, a cause and effect.
I did not.
Sorry,
I didn't try to say that.
A cause and effect for the death was many workers died. Why? What's the cause of many workers dying? Accidents, like getting a hit in the head, or diseases. Good. I'll give you time to answer your exit ticket. Wait, did you already put your exit ticket up? Can you guys put it on the bottom half?
Yeah.
Where did you put yours, Justin? I don't even see that. I need more detail. Describe. Give me more detail, and I don't even see a name.